Tuesday night, good evening, good evening, good evening. I always have a habit of saying good morning. I'm used to working in the mornings, but yeah. So good evening and welcome to Tuesday Night Live. So we're going to do this experimental thing to reach more people, just to like spread the word. This is my volunteer work, and so I'm doing community service, and this is what we're going to do. Okay, for the evening sessions because a lot of people are going to work in the morning and they miss the live, and people have asked me, well, why don't you do something in the evening? And it took me like maybe 4 months to kind of get to this point so that we could good morning or good evening, you guys. Sorry. It might be good morning where you are, but good evening. And so yeah, people have been asking me for a while, and so we're finally going to do this in the evening. So at this time, it's 7:03 p.m. in Hawaii right now. So we're gonna get started. Thank you. Good evening, good evening. So it's yeah, just join us. We're gonna let people come in, and then you can ask me questions. Okay, ask me any questions that you want concerning mindset. So we talk about mindset, we talk about life coaching, and today we're going to talk about the reticular activating system because manifestation is not something mysterious, okay? Manifestation, you manifest whether you think so or not, you manifest whether you're aware of it or not, okay? Look around you. Everything you have, everything from your friends to your belongings to your where you live in, the kind of car you drive, everything, you have made those decisions. Okay, so those decisions have results, and those results are your manifestations. It's that simple. Now, if you want to change your results, that's what I specialize in, and it's very easy to do. Okay, it all starts with making up your mind. Okay, mindset. So when you change your mind, you change your life, and we're going to show you how. So let's talk about the reticular activating system. Now, we come from the perspective that all manifestation is your subconscious. Okay, it's your subconscious. Okay, so it's not some voodoo kind of thing or witchcraft kind of thing, although witches can do it, okay? Although people that do voodoo can do it, everybody does it. Okay, but it's how the human being is engineered. It's how you guys are made, okay? It's how we are made. Now, you can search me. My name is Junior Kekuewa Jr. Okay, so you can search me online and you can see my family of service companies and what I do, what I have done. You can see all my work online for years and years and years. We've been putting everything online. I know it kind of, when you see my work online, it's kind of like, wow, like, uh, who is this guy? Like, he does everything. Um, it's not that I do everything, it's that I have a lot of different interests. And because of technology, I'm able to do everything that I want to do. And what I do is live my dreams. Basically, that's my number one rule. Okay, live my dreams. That's it. Okay, so now let's get started and talk about the reticular activating system so you can live your dreams. What is the reticular activating system? Okay, it's a filter that you have in your brainstem. Okay, so we're gonna start and with this scenario. Okay, um, when you ever have a situation where like you're focused on a certain car, or maybe it's a certain for ladies, maybe it's a certain handbag, maybe you're interested in Louis Vuitton handbags, right? And then you start looking at them online. You start going, maybe you go to the store in the mall and you check out Louis Vuitton, and then pretty soon you start noticing that wow, like all these ladies have Louis Vuitton bags. And then you go like, wow, I didn't realize so many people have Louis Vuitton bags, right? Okay, this is your reticular activating system in your brainstem. Okay, it's not magic. It's not like, God is showing you Louis Vuitton bags, okay? Well, God is because God lives in here, okay? But your reticular activating system in your brainstem is doing this. Now, this helps you to manifest things because it filters out things you're not interested in and it starts to show you things you're interested in. Okay? Make sense? Okay? Okay, so what is the reticular activating system specifically? Okay, so it acts like a filter. Okay, it senses your senses, right? Because everything, your subconscious, everything is your senses. Okay, your subconscious is a culmination of all of your senses, and your senses send millions of bits of data to your brain. Okay, and your brain assimilates this data, it puts it together. Okay, now the RAS decides what gets your attention, your reticular activating system. It decides what it is that's going to get your attention. So, energy goes where attention. Energy goes where attention flows. That's it. So where you place your attention or your focus is what intensifies, okay, or what grows. So it doesn't matter what it is. When you make up your mind to do something, right? You ever notice that? You make up your mind to do something, and all of a sudden it kind of grows. It grows in interest. Okay? It grows in it starts to become a major part of your day or a major part of your week or a major part of your month, that kind of thing. Okay? So whatever you focus on grows. So the RAS, what it does is it helps you in that process. So it shows you the things that you're focused on. Okay, how does it work in daily life? So its survival role is that it filters for danger. Okay, so if there's a tiger in the bushes somewhere, okay, your reticular activating system will alert you. Okay, so that's why it's there. Okay, it's for the protection of the human being. Okay, but the relevance role is it filters what's meaningful to you. Okay, so let's say you're in a jungle, and let's say you're hiking, and let's say people have told you watch out for the tigers. Okay, you're going to be focused on what? Tigers. Okay, so your reticular activating system is going to filter out everything that could be a possible tiger. And that's what it's for. That's the survival aspect of it, okay? But in modern day times, in our days, like right now, looking online and stuff, right? You look at a car, you look at a red BMW convertible, right? And you go, wow, yeah, I could see myself driving that car. I love that car. So maybe you take a picture of it. Maybe you put it on your screensaver, okay? So we're going to talk about vision boards later, like screensavers like this, okay? So, and then you start looking at it, right? Because what you look at, what you focus on intensifies, and it starts to bring it into your world. Okay, it's not magic. I'm going to explain the process later. Okay, but anyway, so your reticular activating system starts showing you these things. Pretty soon you go, wow, I never knew there were so many red BMW convertibles. Like I see them every place now, right? So pretty soon, and this happened to me when I was looking at Maseratis. I was looking at Maseratis about, I think during my last lease when my car was up last time, like 3 years ago. And I was looking at Maseratis. And the reason I didn't get a Maserati is because when you compare Mercedes to Maseratis, the safety and all of that in Car and Driver magazine, the reports, like it was really bad. It's not a very good car anymore, but they're fun to drive. So I had to weigh it. I had to weigh I said, well, yeah, okay, I could get one, and yeah, it's a nice, fast little car and stuff, but if it spends, most of its time in the shop, it's not worth it, right? Okay, but anyway, during that process, I started seeing so many Maseratis. I'm like, wow, I was totally unaware that there were so many Maseratis in town. Okay, but this was my reticular activating system doing this. Okay, so just know that hey, George, hey, Kendall, Margot, Linda, good evening. Good evening, you guys. So it's your reticular activating system doing this. Okay, so now what does it do in manifestation? Okay, well, it doesn't know the difference between reality and fantasy, okay, and imagination. It doesn't. It just follows instructions. It's like your subconscious. Same thing. Okay, if you feed it positive goals, visions, and affirmations, it will filter your world to show you your opportunities aligned with those goals. Okay, what does that mean? That means it will show you these opportunities will stick out and be shown to you. Okay, so if you feed it negativity, worry, fear, okay, it's going to highlight more of those things. Okay, so this is why doubt and fear is so bad for you in manifestation. Okay, it's really, really bad for you. Doubt and fear. Doubt and fear will keep you from your goals. Let's say it another way. Doubt and fear will keep you from achieving what it is you want to achieve in life. Okay? If you don't doubt and you don't fear now, it's difficult to doubt. I mean, it's difficult not to doubt. Sorry, it's difficult not to doubt. Okay, sorry, it's been a long day for me. But but the reason why it is because of past performance, things that have happened to you in the past. Okay, and then you form your opinions based upon what happened to you in the past. So when you start forming your opinions based upon your track record, right? So let's say, for example, you're trying to accomplish, I don't know, maybe good grades in school, and maybe for the last couple of years you had bad grades. Okay, so now when the goal is to get good grades, right? You think back and you go, oh yeah, but I had bad grades last year. Oh yeah, and I had bad grades the year before. So now you begin to doubt the fact that you're aiming for good grades. Okay, because you're saying, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have good grades, as an affirmation, maybe. Okay, but then you're thinking, like, oh yeah, but last year I had crappy grades, the year before that I had crappy grades, and then you start doubting your manifestation or your affirmation or your intention. Okay, so anyway, there's that. Okay, but what happens with the with manifestation is when you avoid doubt and when you avoid fear, anything is possible. And you really need to understand that you have nothing to fear but fear itself. Most fear is imagined. Okay, fear, false evidence of appearing real. Okay, it really is, because you get consumed by the what ifs. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if this happens? And where do you get these ideas from anyway? Television, movies, other people, okay, friends and family, people that love you, okay, but they cast doubt upon you. They tell you to be humble, okay, being humble. We've been taught the wrong sense of humility, especially the boomers. Okay, younger people, not so much. The old timers, more. Okay, because we were told, right? Children are to be seen and not heard. How does that make you feel? Okay, being seen and not heard. Oh, you can be there, you just can't say anything, right? You can hang out, okay, but you can't participate. All right, that kind of thing. Okay, and that gave us boomers in the older generation, that gave us a different kind of complex. Okay, we were also told things like, be careful what you do in public because you're a bad reflection on your parents. You're a reflection on your parents. Okay, so this was our parents telling us that if we did something bad out there, it would make them look bad. Okay? But here's what it really is. You want to know what it really is? What it really is you are a part of your parents. You're a part of your mom and a part of your dad. When you're out there in public, you are a reflection of your parents, not on your parents. Whatever you do out there, wherever out there is for you, okay, out there in public, away from your home, people know what your parents are like because they see you and the way you act. Okay, so and when you think about it, right, you see kids in your neighborhood that you know the parents, and you see the traits. Okay, it's very difficult for someone to hide who they are, unless they just go inside and hide. And this is a good place to hide because people hide in here all the time. Okay, but you're not your body, you're not your name, you're that spirit that lives in here. And there's a separation between the body and the spirit. Okay, so you are very powerful in here. You are very powerful in here. Okay, Jesus said the kingdom is within. Okay, but unless you come to terms with this power that you have, unless you discover this power that you have, unless you fully understand what it is in the kingdom, you're going to miss it because your eyes look away from the kingdom. because your understanding, the things that you stand under, are away from the kingdom. They're out here in the material world. Okay, so when you start to make the distinguishing, when you see the differentiate between the two, then you go, okay. Okay, so there's God-made and there's man-made. If you're stuck in the man-made things, okay, and what I mean by stuck is if you let money define you, if you let position define you, if you let diplomas define you, degrees define you, education define you, conditioning define you, then you've got a problem. Because then you get pulled out of the kingdom and into this false reality. Gautama Buddha said, the man who sees life as an illusion escapes suffering. Why? Because when you get pulled out here, you suffer. Okay? Why do you suffer? Because this is not you. You're in here. You're in here. Okay? This body is connected to the physical world. Okay? And we live in a simulation. But we live in a simulation because of the way that our brain assimilates data. It assimilates data and it gives us a projection. And this is why everyone has a different understanding, a different perception. No two people see things identically. Even if they see the majority, even if they share a majority of perception in any one thing, there's always a little difference because we are all unique. Okay, so human beings, there's 8 billion of us on the planet. No two are identical. No two. That in itself is a miracle. Okay, so remember the kingdom is in here. Every solution for every problem, for every desire, for everything you think, okay, every solution is in here. Everything you desire is in here. Okay, so how do you put forth your desires to get what you want in life? It's not difficult. I was 12 years old when I figured this out. And I needed to put the rest of it together. But when I started to figure this out, I'm like, oh, okay. Because I saw people do things, right? And I saw those actions turn into results. And I go, oh, okay, action, result, action, result, action, result. So at the time I wanted to be an entertainer when I was a kid, when I was 12. If I go online right now, what's really cool, right? Because I'm older now. And what's really cool is when I go online and I put my name in the browser, I see everything I was fantasizing about when I was 12. It's really cool because it's been a journey, okay? But the journey is what you focus on, not the results. Okay, you have to have a result in mind, but the journey is what you need to enjoy. The day-to-day journey. Okay, some people look at it as a struggle. Some people look at it as just something they need to go through. Okay, but it determines on how you look at it, because how you look at it will determine how it becomes for you. Okay, if you look at life really hard, okay, oh, this is hard. Oh, I gotta go do the, oh man, this is, it will be hard. And I looked at life like that in my 20s. And in my 20s, I slept on a sidewalk. Okay, so how do you overcome this stuff? Affirmations, meditation, vocalization, visualization, these 4 things. And when you apply these 4 things to any one thing, it has to happen. It cannot not happen. Why is that? Because you own your own perception. Okay? You own your own perception. And all you have to do is lead, and you will get people to follow. Think about it, okay? So you know how influencers do, right? I'm an influencer. I've been an influencer before social media. I was an influencer way before social media. This is just new tools for me. Okay. But before that, and you can look online and you can see, my activities and my work and my careers. I have multiple careers, and those careers happened before social media, and there's a record of it online. But I'm not here to flex, okay? I'm here to say you can do this too, okay? You can do this. I'm here to teach you how, okay? And I'm not going to charge you for anything. I'm not here to sell you stuff. I'm not here to get you to buy my program. I don't have a program to buy, okay? I work with people one-on-one, and I'm expensive. So this is my public service. So I'm just going to get something to write it down, make notes and stuff, okay? Okay, so how does manifestation really work? Well, it's about the conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. Okay? The conscious mind makes a decision. Okay? We're going to focus on that. Now, that could be a new house. Let's say new house for the sake of discussion. So now your conscious mind says, new house. All right, let's start the affirmation, meditation, vocalization, and visualization. Affirmations. My affirmation pen. Okay, now the pen is mightier than the sword. You know why they say that? You're not going to kill somebody with one of these, right? You'd have to work really hard to do that. Okay? No, the pen is mightier than the sword because the pen can change your life. Okay? The sword can end your life, but the pen can change your life. Okay? It's powerful because it works with your subconscious. And your subconscious retains all the programs, all your beliefs, your core beliefs that shape your life. Okay, so let's learn. All right. Conscious mind says house. Okay? Now let's do the affirmation. I am so happy and grateful now that I have my new house. Thank you. Now, in the beginning, when you first start this process, you need to be exact because what kind of house are you going to get? Right? So be specific. I am so happy and grateful now that I have my 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, maybe on a hilltop, or maybe by the beach, or maybe whatever, right? Okay? But write it out in detail because you want to give your subconscious a good picture of the house. Now, if you already have a picture of the house, if you have a picture of the listing, okay, then write out the details that are in the listing. Okay? So write it out. I am so happy and grateful now that I have my brand new house at, write out the address on the listing, write the details of the house, 3 bedrooms, 2-bath, 2-car garage, whatever, swimming pool, whatever it is. Okay? Write that out. Okay? And at the very end, put thank you. That's your affirmation. Now you need to write this every morning when your brain is in theta state. Okay, when your brain is in theta state, okay, that means that you're relaxed. So like just waking up. So let me show you what that looks like. So this is one that I've used. Okay. And these are affirmations, it's not journaling. You see the dates on the side? There. You see the dates on the side? Okay. And I do these. Okay. And I do these almost every day. Okay. If I forget, I just make it up. I keep writing. Okay. So sometimes I have to catch up. But mostly I do them once a day in the morning when I first get in, when I first sit here. And I grab my tablet. I have the new one over here. I have a new one. And I just, so this one is not that full. See, but I still do it. Okay. So I sit down, I write out my affirmation, and then I read it out loud. Why is it important to read out loud? Because your subconscious is always listening, okay? So when your conscious mind makes the decision and you write your affirmation, now you're writing it into your subconscious. But the subconscious learns in repetition. So you need to write it more than once, okay? So you're gonna write it every morning for 66 days. Okay, Google it. It takes 66 days to form a habit, okay? And it takes 66 days to form a belief, okay? So a belief is a thought you keep thinking. If you keep thinking a thought, it will form a belief. It will turn into a belief. Okay? So now what are we doing? Okay, with the subconscious, with the affirmation. We're reading it, we're writing it in the morning, and then just before you go to bed, you're in relaxed state again. It's theta state in the brain. Okay, you can look it up, it's a thing. Theta state is when you're really relaxed. Okay, so what happens in theta state? Well, that's like when you're ready to go to bed, you're ready to turn the light off. So I always keep these on my nightstand, and I keep one in my office. Okay, so when I'm ready to go to bed, I pick it up and I read it out loud, and then I put down the tablet, turn the light off, and go to bed. So it's the last thing you do. Now, the last thing you do is the first thing your subconscious remembers. Okay, so even if you don't read the affirmation, let's say you're just starting to fall asleep, and let's say you want to project what tomorrow's going to be like. All you have to do is speak it out loud. Your subconscious will process it overnight. It'll think about it overnight. Why? Because you'll be sleeping. But it will remember the last thing you said. You know how people say, well, first impressions, right? The first thing people see about you, the first thing people see you do, okay, is the first impression. That's how they form their judgment about you, okay, what they see first. But the last thing that they experience about you is the first thing that they remember. This is because your subconscious works this way, okay? So the last thing that you say before you go to bed, the last thing you speak out loud, it's going to process. And this is why they say don't go to bed angry. Why? Because your subconscious learns to be angry. Your subconscious can learn to be, cocky. Your subconscious can learn to be loving. Your subconscious can learn to be kind and generous. It depends on what you want to program into it. Okay, human beings become what they practice. Okay, practice, repetition, okay, same thing. So anyway, you write your affirmation in the morning. In the evening, right before you go to bed, you read it out loud. Now, the only rule for affirmations is don't use any negatives, okay? Because God, the universe, source, okay, the superconscious, does not recognize negatives. So in other words, if you were trying to quit smoking, okay, because I quit smoking like, I don't know, 25 years ago, something like that, okay? And I used to like to smoke, right? But I had to quit. It was either smoke or sing. So I had to choose for my career. Anyway, so, when you get to that point, like you want to write an affirmation, right? So you're not going to say, I will not smoke anymore. Because the word not is not recognized by, let's call it infinite intelligence, God, Jesus Christ, all of the above. Okay, your divine source. Okay, your higher power, higher self, whatever you want to call that. Okay, I'm not here to tell you what to believe. Okay, so now it becomes I will smoke anymore. So what happens? So you keep smoking. You see? So I see some very well-intentioned people teaching affirmations online, and they're teaching it wrong. They're also not telling you that this process is subconscious. That's what they're not telling you. Okay, now I work with, business people. I work with CEOs. I work with attorneys. I work with doctors. Those are my clients. Okay, and that's what I do for a living with Here For You Life Coaching. If you want to see our life coaching, just search in any browser, Here For You Life Coaching Honolulu, Hawaii, and you'll see it. We only get 5-star ratings, and we only get 5-star ratings. We're the highest rated in Hawaii on Google. So, we only get 5-star ratings because this works in every human being. There's no big secret. The secret is that you're a human being. So don't look at it as some kind of witchcraft thing or some kind of, whatever. Witchcraft is witchcraft. This is how you're designed as a human being. Okay, so the three states of awareness that you possess are conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. Now, what's the three? How can we look at this so everybody can understand it? Okay, let's look at it like a computer. So your conscious mind is your processor. Okay, so this your processing is going to be your conscious mind, your operating system. Okay, you've all updated your iPhones, your phones. Okay, so operating system, conscious mind. Subconscious, okay, is your hard drive. This is where the programs are stored. Okay, memory. Okay, the superconscious is the network that we're all plugged into. Okay, so if you want to look at it, like, okay, you have the operating system, right? You have the hard drive, and then you have maybe the modem that connects you to the internet, right? Okay, so that's basically how it works. So you are connected because awareness is shared by everyone. That's what we all have in common, awareness. You're not your body, you're not your name, you're awareness. Everybody is aware to a certain degree. Some people are aware a little, and some people are really aware. Okay. Now, what makes the difference between who's really aware and who's just a little aware? Stress. Stress, anxiety, fear, okay, all of those negative emotions, okay, guilt, shame, okay, all the negative emotions. The more of those things you have, awareness starts to look like this, okay, and this is just a visual, okay, but when you have a lot of guilt, shame, okay, when you've been through a lot, everybody's been through a lot, right? Nobody has an easy life. So what happens with awareness, it kind of clams up like this, kind of goes like that. When there's a lot of pressure, a lot of stress, you're working two jobs, or you're trying to support your family and things are not going right. Okay. Now, what happens when things are going good? Awareness starts to look like that, starts to go like that. Okay. The more pressure you put on someone, their awareness goes like this. Okay. Now, I don't want to get conspiratorial, okay, but there are entities out there that are trying to make you look small. They're trying to make you feel small. Ralph Waldo Emerson said that poverty consists of feeling poor. So if you feel poor, does that translate into becoming poor? Yeah. It sure does. How does it work though? Okay, you have a conscious mind, okay? Your conscious mind looks in your bank account and goes, oh man, you only have $25 left before payday. Payday's in 5 days. We only have $25. Okay? You think you feel rich or poor? You feel poor. Okay? So what belief is it putting in the subconscious? Because you keep thinking about it, right? Oh man, I have 25 bucks. Oh, and you keep thinking about it. Think about it over and over and over, okay? A belief is a thought you keep thinking. Now that thought goes into your subconscious and it becomes a program. And your subconscious goes, oh dude, we're poor. Okay? So what does your subconscious do? It starts showing you evidence of poverty. It starts showing you evidence. Like, hey, remember last time you got paid? Remember how fast the money went out? Hey, remember that other time? Remember when you didn't have enough money remember when your check bounced? Hey, remember when your card didn't clear? Hey, remember, okay, your subconscious will pull things out of your memory. And it will demonstrate to you how poor you are. It will confirm these things. But it works the same in the opposite. Okay, so that's the subconscious's job, to confirm what the belief is, to find evidence of the belief. Now, what does the superconscious do? The superconscious works with the right hemisphere of your brain. It gives you intuitive thought, creativity, ideas, okay? That's where the inventors get their inventions from. That's where Nikola Tesla got his formulas from, where he got his breakthroughs from, okay? So that's where Einstein got relativity from, okay? So the superconscious is connected to consciousness, and we're all a part of consciousness. Digital Culture Genie, you caught me last night in the US. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Where are you now? Oh, last night. Oh, okay, okay. Where are you at? Let me know. Okay, so sorry, I have a chat going on over here. We're on 7 different platforms right now. We're on Streamlabs to several places, and I have 2 Facebook pages going right now. So yeah, we're in a lot of places simultaneously. So anyway, so the superconscious, what does it do? The superconscious is plugged into the network. The superconscious represents the network. When you get ideas, just know that there are no new ideas. When you get an idea, there's no such thing as an original idea. 5,000 years ago in the tablets of thought, the emerald tablets, it said creation is complete. Okay? If you go back far enough to Leonardo da Vinci, you'll see that he created the helicopter. He drafted the first plans for the helicopter. The helicopter wasn't invented then, right? It didn't materialize then, but he invented it. He had the plans. It was years and years later that it became a reality. But he had the plans. Now, how did he get the plans? He got the plans from the superconscious, okay, or consciousness. Oh, you're on the East Coast. Oh, okay. Yeah, I usually watch at noon because I'm on at 7 in the morning in Hawaii, but we started doing 7 p.m. in Hawaii at night. We're just gonna try a week and see how it goes, and if it works out for my schedule and stuff, I'll do it. But yeah, we're just checking it out. But thank you for joining us, man. Thank you. Yeah. Right on, East Coast. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing good out there. So anyway, right? The superconscious is where you get all those ideas from, those bright ideas, intuitive thought. I'm here to say, trust your crazy ideas. I get crazy ideas all the time, okay? But the difference between me and the average guy is I do not let my left brain, my logic, okay, talk me out of it. I act on my crazy ideas. I get a crazy idea, I go, okay, let's act on it. Now, if I don't want to do too much work or whatever, I don't want to follow through, then yeah, I'll dismiss it. But I follow up on a lot of my crazy ideas, and so far they all work. Some of them work for a little while, some of them work for a long time. I have 4 companies that have worked for a long time. Okay. But these things that, these ideas that you get, don't let your logic, rationalize you out of your dreams. Okay, so that's one trick to living your dreams. You have to follow through on what God tells you. So that intuitive voice, that's the voice of God. Or let's call it your inner guidance system. Or let's call it your divine guidance. Let's call it God talking to you. However you want to say it, but that's what it is. Okay, Jesus Christ guiding you. Okay. So I'm not here to tell you what to believe or how to believe or whatever. I'm just saying that whatever you believe, that's that guiding you. Okay? So these are how the 3 states of consciousness, the 3 states of awareness work. But these 3 states of awareness exist in you. Hey, Gary. Hey, Cindy. Ma Grace Corpus. Hey, Ma. So that's how it works, okay? Now, if you want to be really good at manifestation, okay, conscious mind, make the decision, commit to a decision. Okay, commit to something, anything. It could be a cup of coffee in the beginning. Start small, okay? So put it in your mind. This week, I'm going to get a free cup of coffee somewhere. Okay, write it down. I am so happy and grateful now that I have a free cup of coffee. Thank you. Then what do? Okay, write it out every morning. Speak it out loud every evening. Okay, the how is God's job, okay? It's not your job. Don't try to figure out how. If you try to figure out how it'll happen, you'll keep yourself so busy with different scenarios because there's infinite possibilities. Quantum physics shows us that now. Okay, there's infinite possibilities. There's not just one or two roads to the destination. Okay, there are multiple, infinite ways that things will happen. Your job is to choose one of those ways. And you choose it by looking at the outcome. Seeing yourself maybe at a Starbucks, if that's your favorite place. That's my favorite place. So maybe, whatever. But see yourself at the counter receiving a cup of coffee. Now, maybe you run into somebody and they say, hey, let's get coffee, my treat. And you go, whoa, yeah, I've been writing about that. You see? Now, do you think that's a coincidence? Most people would say, yeah, it's a coincidence. Okay? It's not a coincidence. We're all connected. We're human beings. Okay? We're all connected in here, inside. The kingdom is within. Gautama Buddha said it. Jesus Christ said it. Krishna said it. All the great prophets said it. If you want to study something really profound and really amazing, study esoteric knowledge. I've been studying esoteric knowledge since I was 13 years old. It's fascinating. It's amazing. Esoteric knowledge is hidden knowledge. So there's the knowledge that they feed the masses, which is exoteric. Exo means external, outside. And esoteric knowledge, inner knowledge. Okay, so, let me give you an example. So exoteric knowledge says that Jesus' birthday was on December 25th. Was Jesus really born on December 25th? No. What's the esoteric knowledge? The esoteric knowledge will tell you that that's Saturnalia. Wait, what? Yeah, a religious holiday on the 25th, like Jesus' birthday was Saturnalia. What's Saturnalia? Okay, look it up. I'm not going to go into details. It gets pretty weird. Okay, but Saturnalia was on December 25th, and the celebration of Sol Invictus, which was the sun god. Okay, it was a Roman celebration of the sun. So now that's different. Okay. So what is Easter? Wasn't that when Jesus was resurrected? Oh, that's the exoteric story. What's the esoteric story? It has to do with the goddess Estor or Ishtar. Okay, when you look it up, you'll find these things. But this is not something you're going to learn in Sunday school. They don't teach you this in Sunday school. Okay, so I'm just giving little examples here. Okay. It's like etymology with words. When you find the etymology of words, you find a very different picture. Like the word church. Okay? I'm not picking on religion or church or anything, okay? I'm just giving you examples that I know about. So church, okay, it comes from the word kirk, K-I-R-K, okay, which is derived from Circe, C-I-R-C-E, which was a goddess who used to turn men into swine and kill them and eat them. Oh, church? Really? Yeah, that's the origin, the etymology of the word. So see, words come down through the centuries. They change. Okay? Add a little bit here, add a little bit there, and they change and they turn into other things. But isn't it a coincidence that when you go back and research these things, you go, hey, how come it's all this stuff? It's all gods and goddesses. The weekdays are all named after gods and goddesses. Okay, Monday, okay, Tuesday, Thursday, right? So all these things. Anyway, I'm just saying, I'm not here to go into conspiracy. And I'm not here to go into all kinds of weird stuff that you go, hey, what? Okay? But yeah, check it out. Okay, the months of the year. Okay, January. Okay, it's Janus. Look it up. Okay? Gods and goddesses. But then, oh, I thought there was like one God. Well, yeah, kind of, sort of. Depends on who you ask, right? Okay? So that's why I'm not here to tell you what to believe. But I'm just saying that when you look at the origin of things, when you look at how things started, how things began, then you can appreciate how things are now. And you can see the story. You can see how it pans out. And you can see the truth, and the truth will set you free. Okay? So the conscious, subconscious, and superconscious are three states of awareness that exist in you. And this, you are God made. You're not man made. You're man made in the sense because you came from your parents, okay? But you're not an external thing out here in the world, okay? You're a spiritual being. You're a spirit, and your spirit has power. And one of the most powerful things is your subconscious. Your subconscious is the book of life. Everything is recorded in the book of life. You've heard that before? Everything is recorded in the book of life. It's in your subconscious. Now, you may think you have a bad memory. But if you stop and think of when you were 5. Most people go, oh, I can't remember when I was 5. It's so long ago. Oh, really? Be still. Go into the kingdom, close your distractors, and ask yourself, do I remember 5? What happened when I was 5? And if you're still long enough, if you stop the distraction of the physical world out here, the busyness of the world, and just go in here, close your eyes, your subconscious will answer you. So where is this infinite knowledge that we were all born with? The infinite knowledge is in your subconscious. Okay? Now, part of it you get genetically, okay? Part of it comes down the gene pool. Okay, in my family, it was both my parents were teachers. I became a teacher. My son's a teacher. My son's a he was a drill sergeant. So he's a teacher in his own right. But he's a teacher. I don't know what my grandson's going to do yet. I haven't heard about that. But I'll bet it has something to do with teaching. Okay? So like I said earlier, we're not reflections on our parents. We are reflections of our parents because you are part your mom, part your dad. So some of the things that you feel like you want to do in life have come down through epigenetics. So now epigenetics is a study. So Dr. Bruce Lipton, he's on my my TikTok page. So you guys can look for him on my page. Epigenetics, it's very interesting. It says that our genes, there are some dormant genes that we have that when they are provoked, when they are stimulated, okay, because of interest. You know, like my mom, for example, started painting in her early 80s. Nobody saw her paint before. I never saw my mom even scribble. Never saw my mom sketch anything, do anything like that. And in her early 80s, she goes, oh, guess what? I'm going to a painting class. I'm like, oh, okay, have fun. Until I saw her paintings. And I'm like, whoa, Mom, that's good. You know, I'm like, wow, a lady in her early 80s, you know, painting like that? I'm like, whoa, it's legit. It's actually good stuff. But this is epigenetics, okay? So what happens is you get interested in something, okay? And that stimulates your subconscious, okay? And your subconscious starts to activate these genes that you have that are dormant, okay? And they start to activate. And then new neural pathways get formed in your brain. Why? Because you're learning something new. Okay, this is why, you know, they tell you when you get older, you need to keep learning. You need to keep learning new things Because when you learn new things, you form new neural pathways in your brain. And when you do that, you become healthier. Why? Because now you're using your mind. My mom just turned 90 years old. She is like so sharp and smart and everything. You would think she was 60. And she has friends that are going downhill. Why are they going downhill? They basically gave up on life. They stopped learning. They stopped nutrition, so they're eating too much. They don't care. They whatever, right? So when these things start happening, when you don't care, it's a reflection of how you feel in here. Now, people that are giving up on life, people that get old and start to give up on life, okay, it's because they don't see the value. It's because they don't feel good about themselves in here. So they give up and they go, that's okay. I'm done. And they resign themselves to less than. Okay? The worst thing in life that can happen to you is you feel less than. The best thing in life that could happen to you is you start feeling good about yourself. Because like Ralph Waldo Emerson said, poor consists of feeling poor. Poverty consists of feeling poor. So what is wealth? Wealth consists of feeling wealthy. It's not enough to say, I'm wealthy. So you can walk around saying, I am wealthy, whatever. Okay? Eventually your subconscious will learn that. If you keep writing it, keep speaking it, okay? But what happens initially, because you're not wealthy yet, okay, is that your left brain will start to give you logic. It'll say, hey, come on, we're not wealthy. Check the bank account. See, we're not wealthy. We're not wealthy. So it'll work against you. This is why you do affirmations, meditation, vocalization, and visualization all at the same time, because affirmations are not enough. Okay, now let me go through the 4 real quick for you, okay? We got like 5 minutes left. I can blaze through this, don't worry. Okay, so first of all, affirmations. I just showed you how to do that. I explained how to do that. You read it at night, write it in the morning. Okay, meditation. What is this? Well, you have to say crazy words and stuff that you don't understand and like Indian culture or something. No, not at all. You just need to be still in the kingdom. The kingdom is in here. All you need to do is be still in here. Okay? When you're still in here, you're going to start to get intuitive thought. The more you're still. It's very hard to be still. It's not easy. Okay? First, start with 3 minutes. Take your phone. Okay? Take your phone. Set your timer. Okay? Set your timer on your phone for 3 minutes. And then put your phone down, face down. Okay? And sit in a maybe you want to sit in the dark at night or early in the morning before the sun comes up, so it's dark, okay? Because then the light won't alarm you, and you close your eyes and you just be. Okay? Just be for 3 minutes. If you could do 3 for a couple of days, you can get to 5. Okay, the most you ever need is 10 minutes a day. Okay, if you're doing more than that, like I do an hour. I do 2 30-minute guided meditations. You can do guided meditations too. There's a lot on YouTube. Okay, you can find them on YouTube. And find what feels good to you. It has to feel good. Just know that whenever something feels good to you, that's a good indicator for you. If it feels good to you, it's good for you. If it feels kind of like awkward, it's not good for you. Okay? Do what feels good. Don't be under the misconception that it has to feel bad to be good for you. That's crazy. It's crazy. If it feels good, it's good. If it feels bad, it's bad. You're a good barometer, okay? So just sit still for 10 minutes a day. You'd be surprised at how clear things become after a while. Okay, because you need a pause. Because you get up, you rush, right? You do this, do that, whatever. Get your breakfast, run out of the house, go to work all day, run back home, make dinner, whatever. Then you're exhausted. Then you chill for a little while, you watch TV, and the next day it's wash, rinse, repeat. Okay, you're on the mouse wheel, the society mouse wheel, okay, or the merry-go-round, however you want to look at it. Okay, I say mouse wheel. So that's meditation. Now, what's vocalization and visualization? Vocalization, you speak it out loud. Why? Because your subconscious recognizes your voice and your image over everyone else. So speak it out loud. Speak the dream. Okay, speak the dream. I am wealthy. I am becoming wealthy. I am becoming more and more wealthy. Okay, don't do it around other people. Okay, do it in your room by yourself. Do it in the car when you're driving to work. Okay, you can actually go and look online on YouTube. Okay, there's YouTube videos that you can play in the car on your, Apple CarPlay or whatever you have. Okay, and you can listen to these I am these I am affirmations, and they're very uplifting. Okay, but speak them out loud. So when you're listening to the affirmations, speak it back. You hear the affirmation, then speak it out loud. Hear the affirmation, speak it out loud. Repeat it. It goes into your subconscious. Pretty soon you're going to go, wow, I'm feeling good. Okay, my clients use them. They all feel good using them. Okay, so try that. That will help you. And what it's supposed to do, or what it will do, actually, it's not supposed to, but what it will do is it'll make you feel better. And that's all a human being has to do, is feel better. That's it. That's the secret. When you feel better, better things come. Better things happen. When you're happy, you attract happy. When you're upset, you attract people that are uncomfortable, people that are upset, circumstances that are not good, because it's a negative emotion. Okay, now let's go to visualization, the last one. Okay, it's 7:59. Oops, it's 8 o'clock. I'll finish this thought. Okay, so visualization, okay, you have to use your imagination. So when you're in meditation, try and think of what your life, your imagined life, what your ideal life looks like. Okay, try it. Okay, just go into your center, close your distractors. Okay, because your eyes pull you into different realities. Okay, so close your eyes. Now imagine yourself, I don't know, with the Porsche, with that 2-bedroom apartment, or that 3-bedroom house, or that swimming pool, or whatever it is, whatever you want. Don't be afraid to dream. Your left brain is going to tell you, oh, come on, you're being silly. That this house doesn't exist. No, don't let that happen. Okay, I'm not here to sell you anything. Okay, I have no skin in this game, but I'm telling you, out of experience, and you can look me up. Okay, go to my profile on any of these platforms. Go to my profile, copy and paste my name in any browser or in any AI, and it'll show you who I am. I'm not here to flex who I am. But I'm trying to tell you that you guys can do it too. Anybody can do it. Because I was sleeping on a sidewalk when I was 20 years old. I was sleeping on a sidewalk. I was having fun, but I was sleeping on a sidewalk. Okay? I had a good childhood. I come from a good family. Okay? I threw it all away when I was 20 years old and I slept on a sidewalk. Okay? I wasn't mad at God or anybody else. I was having fun. I was running with some pretty dangerous people, And then my life started to change, and slowly because you always attract who you are. You can throw everything away in your life and you'll get it right back. It'll take some time, but you'll get it right back. Okay, so this is helpful to know, because when you're going through a down period, when you're going through a time where you think like, wow, this really sucks, it doesn't last forever. Okay? The universal law of rhythm tells us that things go like this. There's a rhythm to everything. There's a rhythm to everything. Okay? Money comes in, money goes out. Friends come in, friends go out. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Leo Rising. Hey, Leo. Hi, Leo. So I'll be on tomorrow morning too if you want to join me tomorrow morning. I'm almost done. I got to finish this thought. Okay. But the law of rhythm, okay? Nothing stays bad forever. Nothing stays good forever. Okay? You go, when you're making money, you're making a lot of money, making a lot of money, making a lot of money. Okay. Put away some money. Save some money. Okay? Because that winning streak is not going to go forever. Okay? When I was at my height of popularity here in Hawaii, it kind of felt like, oh, this is going to be forever. This is going to be forever. 15 years later, it was over. Okay? But that 15 years built my companies. It built who I am today. It built everything in 15 years. And it was a wonderful ride. It was a fantastic ride. It was the ride of a lifetime. And it's still continuing because now I just hit 53,000 followers on Facebook today. So thank you, Facebook. Thank you, guys. Love you guys. Okay. So the same kind of, the same kind of thing that was happening on radio and television with me is now happening on Facebook and TikTok and YouTube. YouTube, not so much. Come on, YouTube, you guys, let's step it up. I'm kidding. But anyway, so just understand that, okay? If you're going through a hard time, it's okay. Okay? Don't stress more. Try to make yourself happy. Watch comedies. Make yourself laugh. Okay? Get out of that mindset of woe is me, like, oh, I gotta go through all of this. Oh, I feel so bad. Oh, okay? Because if you do that, you're gonna attract more of that, okay? Just know that. So try to change your mood, okay? Watch some comedies, go on YouTube, watch some funny stuff, whatever. Get away from bad stuff or things that make you feel bad or things that, make you think of bad stuff, right? Or make you worry. Worry is like praying for something bad to happen, okay? So anyway, it's 8:04. I gotta get going, you guys, okay? But I'm here to tell you that you can change your life anytime, but you need to be ready. And when you're ready, I'm always here to help. You can email me for free, okay? junior@hereforyourlifecoaching.com. And you can message me on any of these platforms, and I will answer you. I try to get back to my email like right away, but I get a lot of email. So, but I will get back to you, okay? So anyway, we'd like to say thank you. Thank you for joining us. Liz Rose. Liz Rose official. All right. Hey, Liz. Hey, Leo. Thanks for joining us. Oh, boy. I need some water. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. in the morning, right here, and right here, and right here, and right here. All of these wonderful networks that we have. Streamlabs, we want to thank Streamlabs. Also want to say thank you to Facebook, YouTube, Trovo, also to Twitch. And we're on Twitch right now, too. Want to say hi to you guys, and aloha from Hawaii, and TikTok, of course. You guys